There's an ordinance against feeding wildlife in our parks on public lands, and also in the state of Florida, it's illegal.
Michael Lagasse, General Services Assistant Director for Flagler County. A recent incident at a local park has officials reminding residents it's illegal to feed the wildlife. Karen Johnson has our top story.
The temptation to engage with wildlife by feeding them is real, especially for children. But the consequences for the animals and the public can be dire.
The functional reason that people may want to follow those rules is that it puts you and it puts the animal in danger. Case in point, when an alligator is fed, particularly regularly, whether it's by the same person or just by people in a similar area, they become acclimated to the food and expect it, and will approach you expecting some sort of, treat or goodie.
A Flagler Beach resident contacted the county this past Tuesday after seeing a social media post of children feeding an alligator at Wadsworth Park.
And we followed up immediately with an investigation to go see the status of this alligator at the pond at Wadsworth Park. When I went to the park and walked on the boardwalk, the gator swam so fast that there was a wake behind it to get underneath me, and hoping that I was going to give it some food. And so that told me right away that gator was food conditioned or, acclimated to human engagement. This is an issue, particularly these alligators so close to a marsh. They can come in the pond, they can leave the pond.
Lagasse goes on to say food conditioning is dangerous for animals because it can lead to serious consequences like getting sick, starving, or even having to be killed if they become too aggressive, according to the National Park Service website. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, May 10th.
I thought about applying in the past, and I've thought about applying once Judge Perkins retires as well. I can't say that I've made a decision on that entirely yet.
Flagler County Judge Andrea Totten could throw her hat in the ring to fill a circuit judge's seat that will soon be vacant due to the impending retirement of Judge Terrence Perkins.
Circuit Court has a certain level of prestige because of the more serious issues and bigger dollars.
Judge Totten says she's currently weighing her options, but she admits she's comfortable where she is.
There'd also be no guarantee that I would stay in Flagler County. I could easily, almost certainly would, honestly, immediately get assigned to Putnam or St. John's or Daytona, DeLand. So the commute is one of the things I think about right now. I live very close to the courthouse. I live close to where my kids go to school. I'm very entrenched in Flagler County and enjoy my short commute.
Judge Totten says, commute aside, it would be a fairly easy transition.
I'm getting to do a lot of circuit court work now as it is. Probate and guardianship is actually circuit, so I'm not lacking for circuit court work. On the other hand, there's always room to grow and move. I'm trying not to rush the decision. I have the rest of my career to think about it, so I'm honestly still on the fence on that question.
Judge Totten was appointed by the governor in 2019 and later elected to her seat. She's currently 2 years into a 6-year term. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Responding to dry conditions, Palm Coast is managing increased water usage, resulting in changes in water color. Due to limited rainfall, the city is tapping into groundwater wells, usually unused for long periods. These wells contain more organic color, minimally reduced during treatment. Despite the color change, the city says water safety is not compromised. What kind of value can you put on a free clinic?
Flagler Free Clinic Executive Director Terry Boletto said that it's pretty high.
And the value, which we do not exaggerate, our Florida Association of Free Clinics came up with a valuation program so that we're all speaking from the same page. In 2023, we provided just over $2 million value of care to our communities.
Boletto said that they also dispensed over $300,000 in free medication from the clinic. They have 5 paid staff, 60 volunteers. That includes doctors and pharmacists. You can listen to Flagler Health Matters here on WNZF Saturday mornings at 11:30 or anytime on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The weekend is here and there's plenty of family fun to be had in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
Tomorrow is the annual May Day Memorial Surf Classic presented by Halifax Health. This event helps to raise awareness and fight heart disease. Come out to the 4th annual Touch a Truck event. This year's theme, Connecting Our Worlds to the Future, aims to provide our youth with an interactive and educational experience. Join the Flagler County Education Foundation for Well-Read Wanderers. There will be a special reading of Skater Cielo, crafts and activities, a free book, and lunch. This event is open to children ages 4 to 8 with their family. Advanced registration is required. This weekend, plunge into fun at SpongeBob the Musical. When citizens of Bikini Bottom discover a volcano will soon erupt, SpongeBob and his friends must come together to save the fate of their undersea world. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
Track and field regionals were held at UNF this week, with both schools vying to return to Jacksonville for the state meets next weekend. For Matanzas on Tuesday, Sierra Howard won the 800, Jordan Youngman was second in the 400 hurdles. Both qualified for state individually and as part of the 4x400 relay team. For FPC on Wednesday, Colby Cronk had the longest shot put in the state to take first. Cronk will try to win medals in the shot put and discus next week. Joining him will be Chase McGee in pole vault, Levi Hayworth, Jacob Stevenson, and Elijah Thero in javelin, and the boys 4x800 relay team. On the girls' side for FPC, Maya Tyson qualified in shot put and discus, Karina Marcellus and Olivia Gaines in the triple jump. They'll be joined by the 4x100 and 4x800 relay teams. Matanzas competes Friday at the 3A meet. FPC is at the 4A meet Saturday. FPC baseball made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 2013. Tuesday they traveled to Orlando to play Timber Creek. Kevin Maya struck out 5 going the distance, but the Wolves squeezed 1 run across for the 1-0 win to advance. Last night, the Matanzas softball team crossed time zones to play Gulf Breeze in the first round of the playoffs. 12 strikeouts by Leah Stevens were not enough as the Dolphins no-hit the Pirates in a 2-0 win. In the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Boston Bruins routed the Florida Panthers in Sunrise 5-1 on Monday. In Game 2 Wednesday, it was 1-1 early.
Barkov comes away with it in front. Here's Reinhardt, a shot, and a save made rebound. They score! It was poked in front. Panthers take the lead.
Alexander Barkov put the Panthers up 2-1. The captain got a second goal later, evening the series with a 6-1 win. Center Steven Lorentz on the bounce-back win.
We knew we had to respond, and happy with our performance tonight, and we got to keep going in Boston.
Game 3 is tonight at 7. This is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.